Hi. You stop laughing. Welcome back to the Nerds with Nines podcast.
Hey, what's up, you guys?
Yeah. Welcome back to the Nerds with Nines podcast.
Pew, pew.
Where we talk about anything from anime to Zenith Firearms. Do you get it A to Z? Did you get that? Did you have you listened to one of those?
Guns.
Pew pew. I love it. Joining me today is one of my very good friends from all the way back in middle school. We met 8th grade. Meagan DeLuca.
Woo!
Like just
Hello, everybody. Hello. Thank you for the introduction, McCay.
Oh,
that was
you're
really nice.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Oh, that was fantastic.
I didn't know I had so many fans.
Yeah, no. Jeez. Everybody stop. Stop. You're crazy.
I love you. I know.
So
Sorry.
Let me introduce Megan a little bit more. So, like I said, Megan and I have known each other since 8th grade. That fateful day when I got onto the bus and nobody else wanted to talk to me, so Megan comes over out of a dare and then meets the African American.
Well, to be fair, it wasn't a dare. I just had no friends. So I was like, oh, this kid's getting bullied. Maybe we can get bullied together. You know, like kind of like a, you know.
Yeah, like
if you can be lonely with someone else, you know.
Yeah,
like
exactly. Like that sounds fantastic to me. I mean, and the weirdest thing is though, I actually was bullied, but only for like a month. Because like there was one time I was in like the locker room, the men's locker room, after gym or physical education, as they like to say, and everybody just or this one little guy comes up to me and he says, "Wow, you're like big and stupid," and I'm like, "Okay, cool."
You're like, tell me something I don't know.
It's like you're a stand-up citizen. Like I was just killing this guy with kindness, and he's like, "Yeah, nobody likes you," and I'm like, "Okay, yeah, nobody knows me, so that makes sense."
What I want to know is what kid's voice was that low in 8th grade?
You know what? I can only think of Greg, and probably him. Probably Greg.
And he wouldn't bully anyone.
No, he wouldn't bully anybody, but he
No.
definitely had that low voice, definitely.
Yes, yeah. I think that's the only person.
Yeah, exactly.
It was probably more this little pipsqueak kid comes up and he's like, "Hey,
hey, you're stupid and big." Thank you. You're crazy, kid. And I probably
that's how it started. I sat next to McCay on the bus.
And
everyone was
Michael
really
too.
scared.
And then Michael came over after you came over. That was fun.
Michael.
Gosh, what is his last name? He was like maybe a year younger than us, 2 years younger than us.
Oh my gosh.
What's his last
Kruger?
name? Yes.
Yeah.
What a guy.
Yeah, I forgot about him.
I wonder what he's doing.
Guys, if you're listening, this is going to be a lot of like reminiscing and being like, oh my gosh, I forgot that person.
Yeah, who was that? Oh, whoa, that was crazy. That happened? Wow. And basically just catching up over the last 5 years. 4 years? 5.
Yeah.
4 or 5 years? Yeah. I mean, the last time I saw you besides was it 3 weeks ago? Was 4 years ago, and I surprised you at work. Do you remember that?
Yeah, at Maurice's.
Yes.
Yeah.
I walked straight in.
Good times. I was literally so excited.
She booked it.
You shocked me.
I shocked.
I don't think I've ever hugged somebody so fast.
Yes, it was insane. It was a running start too. And
I was like, and I don't like hugs, but like in that moment, that was my reaction. I was like, holy crap.
Oh my gosh, who's that guy?
I was either like, wow, McCay's surprising me, or I'm like seeing ghosts. One of the two.
I wanted to do that last time, but you're like everywhere. And
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna have to call her because it doesn't. Yeah, it's not gonna work. But
I'm like the only one that isn't a townie still out of your friends.
that is true. That is very true.
Which
Yes.
what's sad is I'm like coming back. Like I'm moving like
Oh, you're moving back?
10 minutes from where we used to live. And I'm like, oof, like I don't know if I want to be around here, but I just don't want to be a townie. I really don't. Like I'm not going to be in South Lyon.
I told you to come to North Carolina.
Oh, trust me, I'll be there someday.
Down
I
here
can't
yonder.
stand the cold. I can't.
I cannot stand the heat. Mainly
So
it's humid over here. I don't like the humidity.
oh, I love humidity. It's like a big old blanket.
Oh, is it? Yeah, it's a blanket of sweat. It's just around my whole entire body. It's horrible. I'm walking down the street and there's just a big old wet mark on my back, and I'm just like, oh gosh, like I hope nobody sees this. I try and wear black so nobody can see anything, and darker colors. Darker colors are my friend, especially when you're a fat guy. Darker colors are definitely your friend. If any, fat guy can relate to this with me, thank you. I appreciate that.
And if you're a girl listening, because McCay needs help with girls, McCay does not sweat. He does not sweat at all.
Yeah, I don't sweat at all. I don't even know what that is. What is sweat?
He was joking. That was one big joke right there.
What is sweat? Wait. What?
McCay is also not fat. He has a 6-pack and is very shredded.
Yeah, so I have.
But you have to meet him in person to find that out.
Yeah, so. Yeah, true. And so it's like a body armor that's over my stomach. I could take it off at any second. It's fantastic.
Yeah. So just disregard anything he just said.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Hey, speaking of which, since high school, like what's changed in your life? Like what's been going down? I feel like we didn't get into this the other day because we were all just so excited to see each other. Mm-hmm. And we may or may not have taken a few tequila shots at Chili's.
Oh.
And so I feel like we didn't get into like the nitty gritty of what's gone down these past couple years. Nothing.
Oh, actually, so yes, it's been a lot of work, so I went straight into the workforce, working at Lowe's, an amazing company that I still work for today, so I can't say anything about. But I worked for Lowe's. I've changed probably like jobs, probably like 4 or 5 times, and I keep on coming back to Lowe's for some reason because I love Lowe's. That's why I love Lowe's. Really, it's just been a lot of, let's be honest, a lot of depression, anxiety, and in between, mainly because I moved here and I had nobody except for immediate family. So mom, dad, brothers. And so it was lonely and just all, bored and everything. And I didn't want to go to school because I felt like it's just a waste of money. And I was just trying to figure everything out. So I just I came up with a lot of projects that I was trying to do, and I designed a lot more, and then yeah, that's really it, honestly. Yeah, nothing crazy.
Do you think you've changed a lot since high school?
Yes and no. I'm still the same old person I was back then, except for I have a lot more knowledge and a lot more insight on life. And if I were to compare myself to my peers from high school, I feel like I have a lot more experience when it comes to life and what problems everybody will have. Because all of our classmates are now graduating. This is finally their time to come out of their shell and become a beautiful butterfly that will be stomped on and spit on a lot. And they're finally going to understand that aspect of life, and everybody understands it at some point.
Yeah.
And then that also comes with like the debt from school that's going to, for a lot of people, is going to stay with them for the rest of their lives. And I think from that aspect, I'm very, very mature. And then in the other way, I mean, I feel like I still, like, when we hung out and everything, I was still bubbly and happy and everything. And I was, you know, always about having fun and, you know, making the best of every situation that I could. And
Yeah.
so I'm still that person, but I'm also very, like, I analyze things a lot. So I'm just like, hey, like, yes, this would be great to go out and everything, but I don't got the money for that. So I'm going to be I'm going to pull back from doing so, that kind of thing. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I guess the answer, yes and no.
Do you think you peaked in high school?
Do I think I peaked in high school? Yes, 100%.
What?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes.
You're gonna put yourself in that category? I feel like everybody at our high school, like, they cared so much in high school about, like, their popularity or how they looked. And then, like, you leave that and you realize, like, none of it mattered. And then they all, like, kind of went downhill.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then I think they like realize like, oh gosh, like none of that really mattered.
It's true. The only reason I say I peaked in high school was because I haven't really had any great experiences outside of high school, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's been, I wouldn't say isolation because it hasn't been that bad, but it's been, you know, just away from, you know, being able to just go out and, you know, say, hey, you want to go and get some B-dubs, whatever it may be.
Or some Mickeys.
So what?
Mickeys? You remember Mickeys?
I think I've only been to Mickey's like twice.
What?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And
shout out to Mickey's. Mickey's in South Lyon. Can you sponsor me? Because the ice cream there, whoo, jeez, are those little garbage can cookie dough things? Oh my gosh.
Yep, only been twice, and it was only because of theater and choir, because we had like little things afterwards. And I think you were at one of those.
I was at many. I was at Mickey's every week, multiple times a week. And if anyone was like, gosh, like what should we do after like this event or that event? I'm like, let's send it to Mickey's. That was always my thing.
I do remember that thing, because I was dragged into that thing one time, and I don't think I was ever dragged into it again.
I love you, Mickey's. If you're listening, you probably won't, but
it's like, I love you. I love you, Mickey's.
I'll never stop loving you, Mickey's.
So stupid. Oh my gosh. All right. So back at you, okay. What has been happening the last 5 years for you?
Oh boy, so much to unpack. I feel like I was so irrelevant in high school, like because we were just like the choir kids, you know, and like I never had the desire to like try and be popular, like that was never like. I was never friends with any of them. Like, I don't know. I just would rather have nice friends. And like, yeah, I don't know. But then I came to college, and what was so funny is like going to Michigan State, like half of our high school was there.
Right.
And the dynamic completely changed. I remember I went to like one of my first sorority like socials. And we were socialing with a frat that a lot of people from South Lyon had joined. And one of the guys from high school that like everyone thought was like all that super attractive, yada yada, like he had never spoke to me once. Yet we had many classes together, went to church together, like all this stuff, never spoke to me. I get there and he's like, no way, Meagan DeLuca. Oh my gosh, I missed you. I was like, huh? Like, you never once spoke to me. Or like, I remember I was out at one of the bars in East Lansing, and a couple of girls from high school like saw me there, and they were like, oh my gosh, is that you, Meagan? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, you're so pretty now. I was like,
now, wow.
oh.
Gosh, that is like the worst thing to say after that.
I know, right? I was like, okay.
Because before.
Yeah, like, all right.
I don't think.
Guess I was just the ugly choir kid. Like, I don't know.
All right.
You know, I was like, ouch. Okay, thanks, girlies. Love that.
Crying in the corner.
Yep. Just like, okay, all right.
Give me a second.
That might be my 13th reason, but it's fine.
Jeez. Good thing this is a Republican podcast.
Yeah. I still make bad jokes, so if you're on here and you don't like inappropriate comments, I would click off right about now. Just trigger warning.
But download the podcast before you do.
And follow me.
Yeah. Follow me on all socials. That's it.
Oh, every single one.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Okay. So.
But I feel like I grew so much in college, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I went into college. Like, I know I said I like grew up in church, but I never like really cared about it at all, or like, yeah. And like we were forced to go, and then like right when like my parents were like, oh, we don't care about this anymore, I was like, okay, good, because I don't want to go to church.
Mm-hmm.
And like going to college, like, I mean, I didn't go there with any friends. Sure, a lot of people from high school went there, but like there weren't any of my close friends.
Mm-hmm.
So freshman year, I roomed alone. My roommate never showed up, and it was like a big adjustment. Just like living there alone, and like, even though it's a lot of like fun, and they're like, oh, college is like the best years of your life, like I feel like I went through a lot of like mental health stuff. Just because it's like, it's just a whole new thing. Like in high school, I feel like I didn't really have to study. I didn't really have to do much to get by. And then college is totally different. And it is stressful. And you do have to have a lot of self-discipline. And that was something I really needed to work on. Because I'm the biggest procrastinator, I think, on planet Earth.
What? I don't remember any of that. That's crazy.
I'd literally be typing like things in like one class for like my next class back in high school. I'd be like, I'll just go print it off before next class. I was so bad.
Oh, at least you got to print off your stuff. I just brought it on like I wrote it on a paper and I just brought it in. I was the worst student in high school. And I can now laugh about it, but like, my gosh, I was the worst. I couldn't do it. Anyways.
Yeah, and that's how I was too. I mean, like, our senior year, I don't know if you remember this. My mom was like, oh, like, if you keep good enough grades, like, it doesn't matter if you miss school sometimes. So I didn't go to, like, a full week of school our whole senior year. Like, I would just, like, leave, like, halfway through the day, or, like, miss this day during the week. You and I even skipped together a few times.
I don't know what you're talking about. Mom, if you're listening to this, I never did that. No, we definitely did, and it was totally planned. I actually did tell my parents about every single time.
I feel like your parents gave up too. Yeah. They didn't care either.
They were like, you know what, you're stupid, you always will be. And I'm like, yeah. No, my parents were very supportive. They were just like, hey,
like by your senior year, especially the spring, like your GPA is what your GPA is. Yeah, like you really can't mess it up any more than you already did.
Well, you heard what my last like month of school was like senior year, didn't you?
No.
Oh yeah, so I was failing my second English class, and I had to, I had to pass that class in order to graduate. And so that one was not was it Caravala? No. Who the heck was that? It was the one bald guy, the weird bald guy. That was the teacher.
I had like honors and AP, so
We all know who this guy is though, because he was weird.
Oh, see, I don't know who you're talking about.
We loved him, but he was just weird. But anyways, and I was in a class full of juniors, and so I didn't do anything. Like I was the senior in the class that everybody was like, yeah, he's not doing anything today. I know he's not doing anything today. And he'll probably talk the whole entire time. And yeah, that was me. And then there was like 2 other seniors in the class, and we'd look at each other and be like, yo, this sucks. And then be like, yeah, this does suck. And we bonded over that. Anyways,
I love that.
It was great. And then basically he came up to me when I was also in senior video, so I was doing that as well. And I kept
I forgot about that thing.
Yes, I wanted to keep on going and working on it because we had a lot to do. And he would not let me leave for any reason to go and help them. And I was like, this doesn't make any sense. And he's like, you're going to be working at McDonald's for the rest of your life. And I was like, okay, cool. That sounds fantastic. Like I was being very whatever with him, very facetious. I can say that word now. And basically he only passed me because there was like this thing we were like analyzing Batman, the movie. And I analyzed it almost perfectly how he wanted to analyze, and he's like, all right, I'll give it to you. So he gave me a D and D-, and then I got to move on.
Oh, wow. I didn't know you were cutting it that close.
Like, I just had to get that class over with, basically. Like, I wasn't, like, cutting it close. I just had to get that class over with. So...
I mean, that sounds like cutting it close. Like, you almost failed the one class that you needed to graduate.
I mean, I could have just graduated another time, right?
Okay, moving on. Anyway, back to me.
Go ahead, keep on going.
I don't know how this turned to you. It's supposed to be all about me.
No, it's all about me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure my name's on the podcast.
I'm pretty sure I'm the special guest.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It's special.
Anyway, so
she was hitting me. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, well, let's think about who almost failed high school, and then we'll talk about
oh, jeez, I like this. Go ahead.
Anyway.
Go ahead. Continue.
So, I, had, a breakdown, though, because, halfway through college, I feel like everybody has this breakdown of, what do I really want to do? And, what actually makes me happy? Because, you spend the first 2 years just being like, woohoo, we're in college, we're free. And then you're like, actually, this sucks. And, what am I going to do with my life? That hits you. It's like, oof.
Mm-hmm.
In check. And so I think once I figured out that, I loved teaching, and I just, loved working with kids, is when I started doing good. And actually getting everything together. And even though not everyone was supportive, because they were I had family or other people close to me be like, oh, you shouldn't be a teacher, you're so much smarter than that, or you're so much this or that. And I'm like, it's not about if you're smarter than the certain classes you have to take, or anything like that. It's what you want to do and will actually like to do. Because I know so many people who graduated, and I'm like, oh, you're moving? That's so cool. Where are you moving to? And they're like, no, I'm not excited. This is the one job I could get right now. And I don't like it. Right. I know so many people who graduated and they don't like what they're doing. And that scares the crap out of me. But I know I love what I'm doing. But I think once I found that, I actually got my crap together, and I was like, okay, how do I make this happen? And Yeah.
I got you.
So I'd say now I'm doing good.
Mm-hmm.
There's certain parts of college that were tough, and you're surrounded by a lot of like scary things, I'd say. I mean, I think they're scary. Like there was a big drug problem at Michigan State, and I had a lot of friends get addicted to some serious stuff, and it was really hard to be surrounded by that. And then I think finding a church up there as well, like, really helped me. People, if you're listening, let me share the gospel with you. Jesus will change your life.
Jesus.
But yeah, let's break out into worship music right now. Let's just take an intermission. All hail King Jesus. Okay. Anyway, this is gonna get cut out because.
Oh, is it? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Because religion scares people, but honestly, truly, it's not a scary thing. And I think just having like, be like, okay, what really matters in life? There's so many distractions and so many things that could knock you down and hurt you at the end of the day, or negative people. And like, if you just focus on that and start to follow that, it leads you down a bad path, like truly. And so when I was like, okay, I want to work with kids and I want to do this, like, I need to get away from all these distractions and all this negative stuff and focus on good things. And when I started to focus on like the good things in my life, I mean, it completely changed my mentality and just like me as a person too. Like I'm a lot more happy and like positive now. But so overall, I'd say I'm doing pretty good. Yeah. Even though finding a job, speaking of real world things that like hit you when you graduate, like finding a job right now and housing is super stressful, especially with the housing market the way it is right now.
Yep.
I may have cried about that at least 3 times this week, but like we're gonna ignore that and keep it moving.
Yes. And hey, crying is a fantastic tool. I learned this in therapy. Yes, crying helps you get through things in life, and don't be afraid to cry sometimes.
No.
Pimps don't be a little cry. So I want
to talk about fun things now that we just got negative.
Real quick, just so I can let you know, I'm very proud of you for finding Christ.
Oh my gosh. Thanks.
That's very awesome. Because I did too. Oh yay! No, he's always been around, like you said, but honestly, it happened because of music. So I mean, hey, whatever.
Oh my gosh, did worship music change like you too?
Well, like back in like when we were younger, like it was just like it was the most boring, mundane music,
Really? See, I'd never heard worship music until college, and that's what like
that got me. I was like, what is
made
this?
Me cry.
Like my parents drugged me to Elevation, and I was like, what? Like this is insane. It's literally like a rock concert. This is incredible. And I was blown away. I couldn't talk. I was just smiling the whole entire time. And on November 4th, was it 2020? I literally raised my hand and gave my life to Christ, and it was insane. It was just that little instance got me immediately, and then I went to church every single week for like maybe 11, 12 weeks, and then after that I was like, I love Jesus, but every week? Do I have to go to church every week? Can I worship at home too? Like, I'm just going to worship at home. Like, I'm going to worship at home. And so I'll wake up early and I'll just turn on Elevation and just, instead of getting all ready and going all the way over there, I'll just watch it,
Yeah, I feel like in a mega church like that, it's not as crucial to be there. Yeah. Where, like, like in person, but like I love my not little church, we're not like that small, but like, because then you have like the community aspect of it, and like you purposely sit with like your whole group of friends and like say bros for each other, like kind of a different vibe.
Yeah, and I don't have I don't have the tools to do that, mainly because like I don't
plugged into
really
a church.
have any friends, but well, yeah, but the churches around here, they're all just they're big churches, like because there's a church on every corner. I don't know how long it's been since you've been in North Carolina, but there's literally a church on every corner. It is insane.
Oh,
it is. I don't even understand how they are still, there. I mean, who's donating to all these churches? It's insane. But like choosing a church is very difficult. I mean, Elevation's Baptist, and I do identify more with Baptist beliefs, and so I'm just like, okay, try and find something more towards that, and I don't know. I just haven't found a church that I like yet, and so I'm just gonna keep on looking if I can, but I get very bored very easily, so I might treat it like trading cards, like where I'll go to like one church 1 week and then the next church I'll switch it up, and go to the next one and be like, Jesus, you don't know me, but I'm serving the Lord, that kind of thing. So I mean, I don't know.
That was really good.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I have a knack for Jesus. But anyways, but yeah, church.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Wow. Good stuff, guys. If you're listening, like I said, let me tell you about the gospel. Cheers. Anyway, let's talk. So, Jesus is great, of course. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about something that's just been a big L in the chat. McCay's love life.
Dang. Okay.
How's that been going, McCay?
Where do you want me to start?
When you first came out of the closet. Oh,
so
never mind.
I first came out of the closet as straight. When I was in the womb, and I came out straight, and it was the best thing that's ever happened to me.
I love women.
Yes, score. Love them all. Now my family's going to listen to this and they're going to be like, who is he friends with? This is weird.
And then you're going to be like, Mom, this is Megan from high school. She's going to be like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that one. Oh, jeez. Well, I've only had, I think, 2 total girlfriends.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's insane.
Well, I'm proud of you for getting that many.
Thank you. Mom. No, I'm kidding. And the one was Lindsay, but I don't know if we can classify that as boyfriend and girlfriend because we were only together for like a couple of months, so I'm not really sure.
I was gonna say weeks.
No, it was a couple of months. But thanks. I valued that relationship. Okay, I got awesome waffles, and I really do mean waffles. She made waffles with like M&Ms in them. Changed my life forever. I think it started my journey of obese. But anyways, and my most recent my ex-girlfriend, we broke up in December. I would say mutually. And yeah, kind of just spent 9 months together, and just felt like,
sweetie, if you're listening, you lost the best thing you will ever have.
Okay, don't do that. We aren't playing that game. Okay.
Yes, we are. I'm the protective best friend. Are you serious?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Bro, bye. Anyway.
And then that's really it, honestly. I feel like my problem is I get attached way too easily.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know it's hard to believe.
That's so surprising.
Yeah, it's really hard to believe. But I have such a big heart that I want everyone to feel loved. Okay, you guys are all amazing people, and I just want y'all to know that. Okay, and I would do anything.
Well, let's turn this podcast into a Megan's dating advice
Go,
series.
yeah, let's do it. Yay, this is what I needed in my life. Go.
Welcome to Megan's dating advice. Doot doot.
Yes,
You like that?
that was fantastic. That was fantastic.
All right, hey guys. It's gonna get serious. All right. First up, be closed off.
Be a loner. Okay. Yeah, no, I can do that. I can do that. Okay. Go
Don't
ahead.
trust anyone,
Don't trust.
especially men.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, McCay.
Yeah, I don't trust them either. Yeah.
You're a rare breed.
Am I?
Like, yes, you're like one of the few nice guys I think that are left in the world.
If I had a button to press that was like a bunch of guys like clapping in the background going whoo 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 whoo, that would have been the time. You know, like, yes, we got it.
There's one.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Represent.
we got him.
Just kidding. Don't be closed off. But like, you gotta guard yourself a little bit, especially if you're a nice person, because nice people get taken advantage of. You don't want to get taken advantage of. You don't want someone to use that niceness.
Gosh, I get taken advantage of a lot. That's insane.
In what ways? But you need to talk to someone.
I already did. I graduated. I did great. I graduated. I'm good. I'm fine.
All right, good. Good.
I'm fine.
All right, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Mentally, just thriving, honestly.
I'm doing so good right now. I don't need to talk to anyone ever again.
My therapist, she let me graduate. She did give me the suicide hotline number
Which is
on the way out.
which is great. I love that for me.
Graduating or getting kicked out, same thing, right?
So
Kidding,
close.
guys. McCay did graduate. He's okay.
I
Those were
graduated.
jokes.
I got the. Whoa, am I like stuttering now? I got. Is it a gun?
You're just so excited about it.
Yeah, I got. Okay. I got the
Excited to be
diploma.
mentally back to where you were.
I'm her.
But that's the thing, though. I feel like, speaking of college things, like I was in a really bad relationship in college, and that stuff really affects your mental health because those people, they just drain you, and you pour everything into them, and people like us, like you just want to make that other person happy, but it's at the compromise of your own happiness.
Do anything and everything for them, as whenever you can,
And it spirals, like gets out of hand until you like lose yourself in that relationship, and then you leave that relationship, you're like, oh my gosh, like who am I anymore? At least that's like how my experience was. So you got to be careful, people listening. Make sure that the person that you're with isn't draining you in any way. Like, sure, relationships take a lot of effort and a lot of time, but it should be good. It should be like have a positive outcome. You should not be crying or contemplating things like every week. And I know a lot of people who are stuck in things like that. So
my mom and dad, bless them, they said that the other person needs to make you better. You guys need to make each other better, right? So
absolutely,
if they aren't, contributing to making you a better person, then most likely they're not the one for you. And so I take that to heart. I'm like, you know what, like my like inspirations for amazing relationships would be my mom, my sister, and her amazing husband, my brother-in-law. Yeah, I call him Bill because brother-in-law. Funny. But like they've been together for such a long time. I don't know if you know this story, but my mom and my dad, they're about to celebrate 30 years together.
Wow.
After only knowing each other, or actually they were only dating for a month before they got married.
I love that.
Yeah, and so I was like, oh, I wish that sounds fantastic. And then my dad's like, it comes with you have to. There was a lot of fighting and a lot of whatever. And I'm like, Dad, you guys have been together for 30 years. You can say like.
There might be a little bit of that.
Yeah, we're pretty good. Like you can say like, yeah, we're pretty good. Like, one thing that they always tell me is, the pastor that wedded them gave them only 2 years. They were like, he's like, yeah, you guys aren't going to be together longer than 2 years. And, yeah, now they've surpassed that by 28. So, I mean, love you, Mom. Love you, Dad. You guys are fantastic. And I'm so proud of you guys for being together for so long. And you're definitely an inspiration. But me, I'm a hopeless romantic. So I'm like, you know what? Like, I got to, like, I plan things out, and so I make sure that, I make it fun and lively and everything because I'm that person that my love language is acts of service. So I like to make sure that I think outside the box, and if I were to gift somebody something, right, I'm not gifting like, oh yeah, I got you some jewelry. No, I grabbed a piece of like a fork from our first date. Okay, I melted it down and I put it into a ring and I gave it to you. That's the kind of person I am. That's not ew. That was really that's oh
my gosh, Megan's dating advice. Nice guys. This is a big reason why I think nice guys don't get picked sometimes, because they do things that are too much to the point where it gives you the ick.
Too much. That's not like the first gift. That's like years down the line. What are you talking about?
I would be like, ew, why did you save a fork?
I'm not saying it's just a fork. I'm just giving you an example of something. Gosh, jeez.
Hey, I got you something. Oh I saved the first fork from our first date.
Oh my gosh.
Here.
This is the worst.
I'd be like, ew, get that away from me. Okay. I saved the first knife too, in case I need to stab somebody like that. Gosh.
Okay.
Get away from me.
Let me give you the actual instance. Okay. So, with my ex-girlfriend, we went shooting for our first date. So we went to the shooting range. Okay. And it was her first time.
Oh, hell yeah.
Jeez. Okay. It was the first time ever shooting a gun. Okay. And so I saved the first bullet casing that she ever shot. And I thought that was very cute. I was like, yeah, that's very cute.
I see another big no-no here before you continue.
What?
No matter who you are, don't go shooting on the first date.
Oh my gosh, what are you talking about? That was so much fun.
No, listen. Because if they turn out crazy, you don't want to teach them how to shoot a gun, especially on the first date. What if they're a lunatic? What if they're like, oh, I'm going to take them to the shooting range and they're going to die?
Okay. That's
like, what if you just train what if you just train your crazy girlfriend to know how to shoot your guns?
I think you're reading too much into this. Mainly.
Hey, babe, I saved our first bullet casings. Bam! You're gone. She's crazy.
What happened?
I'm trying to make this podcast more lively.
Of course.
I'm bored.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, so that doesn't happen. If it, well, actually it does. That's actually kind of sad.
McCay, I bet you could attract a crazy girl. And I know you did. So.
I don't.
Not going to say who.
What?
I'm not going to say who.
You're going to have to tell me who this is.
But yep.
You've attracted some crazies.
I don't know who we're talking about, but hey.
That's okay. It's okay.
All right. I don't know what we're talking about.
We keep secrets on this podcast.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like I needed a warm up, and now I'm ready to go. Like, let's talk about some crazy stuff.
Okay. What do you want to talk about?
Well, I would like. I think we should turn this into like a call her daddy, like dating podcast.
Nope.
And it doesn't have to be
so
dating.
confused.
It can be. It can be like just advice in general. Like, let's give the public advice because I feel like we're very wise.
You know, there's only you and me talking right now, right?
Yes, but everybody's gonna listen to it. Everyone, because we are famous. Yes.
Okay. So
this is for all our fans.
So what are we actually talking about?
Do's and don'ts for a first date.
Do's and don'ts. Okay.
Don't number one so far. Don't save the first fork from the first date and melt it down.
I didn't save the first fork. I
Don't
saved the second fork.
Don't take a crazy girl to a gun range. You don't know she's crazy yet, but what if she is?
She wasn't crazy. Okay, continue.
Okay, but still, how do you know? You don't know.
I worked with her. I know who she was.
My cousin. Oh, okay. Well, that changes things.
Yes.
At least you knew her, but
I'm not gonna take somebody I don't know to the gun range. I'm a responsible shooter.
But you get blinded by love. Don't 3.
Wow.
That's what we're up to next. McCay,
you're right.
If you could pick, other than the shooting range,
yeah.
If you had to pick a ideal first date, what would it be? And I'm gonna tell you where you mess up here. We're gonna talk about why McCay doesn't have a girlfriend. So let's see.
You. Okay. Wait. No. I gotta answer the question. Okay.
Okay.
So. Jeez, this is difficult. Never to the movies.
Okay, good. You know what? I agree with that. People, listen up. If you're gonna go on a date, do not go to the movies.
You can't talk.
You cannot talk to them.
Yeah.
Yes.
It doesn't make any sense.
This is why we're friends. Okay, continue.
Do you know who gave me that advice?
Was it me?
Yes, it was you. But I was unwarranted advice too. Like I didn't ask, and you're just like, yeah, don't take any girl to the movies. And I was like, okay, like that was
unless I
obvious.
guess she's like super shy, but then like that doesn't fit our personality type.
Yeah,
we don't want a shy person.
So I don't want. Yeah, anyways, I wouldn't take them to a fast food restaurant. Unless, now there's only one unless on this one. Unless
you wanted to have a pooping competition at Taco Bell.
I wanted to have a pooping competition at Taco Bell. Exactly. How'd you know? That was insane. That was uncanny. No. Unless I was, I didn't have actually like any money because I'm not gonna, throw myself in hot water. But if that wouldn't be like the main focus of the date. The main focus would be like actually going somewhere and actually talking, that kind of thing. But that's if I had no money. But I kind of think it just depends on who it is. Because if it's somebody that I've known for a pretty good amount of time and I know that person, I'd probably bring them somewhere that just it makes them feel more comfortable, So if you liked going to a dog bar.
McCay's like more comfortable, like my bed. Everybody likes beds.
We're not talking about that at all. Okay. Family listens to this one. Hi, family. Love you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we're not talking about that.
Here's another cut out segment. Cut out segments. Cut out segments. Okay. You can add it after that. You can add out of pocket things we say, and please note these segments could be rated R. Mm-hmm. Just kidding. I'm an educator. I can't say rated R things on a podcast.
I'm an educator, so
Yeah.
I can't do that.
I teach the youth.
Your children. Anyways.
I don't say these things in the classroom. Sure. FYI.
I'll cut that out too. So what did you want me to cut out here in a second?
I don't know. I just made a comment about you saying you want them to feel comfortable.
Oh, yeah.
And I turned it into a slightly dirty joke.
Oh, yeah, you're right. But like
you want them to be real comfortable.
Yeah, cutting that one out.
Real
yep.
comfortable.
Oh, geez.
Ladies, listen up. You're gonna be comfortable if you go out with McCay.
Oh my gosh. I don't want to come off as a creep, okay? If people, I don't, gosh, that's really difficult to do. I'm a very creepy person, apparently. Anyways.
You're the kind of guy that melts forks from the first date.
Shut up.
You could be a little creepy.
It's not creepy, and I didn't pick a fork. I picked the second fork.
It was the spoon, okay?
Gosh, it was the knife.
That'll be really scary.
Gosh, it's
That'd be even spookier. At least you didn't say knife. You're like, I saved the knife.
I saved the knife from our first date.
I cut your meat with it on our first date.
Do you remember that?
Like, what not to do on a first date?
But anyways, yeah, no, I think it just depends on the person. If on that first date, if it's somebody I didn't know, I'd want to bring them to a public area because that doesn't make any sense for them to want to kill me. But yeah.
Oh, Steven just entered the room.
Steven,
what do you not do on a first date?
Yes.
This is my brother, friends, and family.
Tell us.
What do you not do on the first date?
Yeah. Do you want to hop on here and talk about it? This is McCay's podcast.
Hi, Steven.
McCay said hi. Steven said he misses you.
I miss you too.
What do you not do on the first date?
So much.
Yeah. Another guest star, Steven!
This is off the spot. This is crazy.
Oh, his girlfriend just walked in too, so now we'll really get some
Oh
tea
my gosh.
what
Let's
not to do.
This.
McCay, can you believe Steven's had a girlfriend for over 2 years now?
2.5
2.5 years.
2.5 years. Gosh, high school sweethearts, huh?
Yep.
It's so pretty. It's such a pretty concept.
Well, let's talk to him. Let's talk to him and see. Steven, what led to your success?
What led to my success?
Yeah, what led to your success? You've got a beautiful girlfriend, and you know, she's awesome. And you, when you guys first met, you were a little, you didn't look the way you did today.
No.
So
No, braces,
maybe,
donkey.
yeah, well, how about you tell the audience here? I'm gonna pass the mic to Steven here.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
What am I doing?
Hi.
Tell everybody, how was a short little chunky guy do you score a hot dog?
What?
That's your shot.
Oh, I don't have to press anything?
No.
Okay, bet. All right. Well, I guess the major first success is, if you're maybe have money, that might be a good thing. That might be a good starter point. Second is just be genuine. You got to be yourself. Don't try to play something you're not. That's definitely a huge factor.
That's really good.
Yep. I'd say to try to do do dates that people haven't done before.
Wait, I gotta write this down.
Oh, I like that.
I gotta write this down.
I like that.
I'm writing it down.
Just a PSA, I was the one that made the first move, not him.
Oh, gee.
Now, did I know she existed before she reached out? No. So I guess it was a little.
Oh, calling her out like that. That's
Steven might lose the
insane.
relationship after this chance.
Jeez. That was fast. Okay, 2.5 years gone.
Yep, maybe.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just do dates that normal people wouldn't do. I mean, especially over the quarantine and everything. when you would just have nothing to do, or you like couldn't go bowling, or you couldn't go watch a movie, like just trying to be
Do it
like
in your home.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah, just be like, no movies on the first date either.
No movies.
Super awkward,
That's boring.
terrible.
Stupid.
Just like try to do stuff that's out of the ordinary. See, another thing is just like don't even make like money a huge like deal in the relationship. Like
make it the
don't
biggest
worry
deal
about
of all time.
Like don't worry about like going out to like, you know, like a Ruth Chris or like a Red Lobster, like doing stuff on a low budget and like making it like kind of like cutesy and like meaningful goes farther than, you know, spending large amounts of money or buying gifts.
Steven, I'm still writing this down. This is fantastic stuff. This has been the most insightful this has been the most insightful thing I've ever heard.
You know, Megan doesn't have a lot of experience in this, so you gotta hear it differently.
Gosh, that is just a dig. Did she hit you yet?
No, she's eating my ice cream I brought her, so she's pretty happy probably.
Oh, I gotcha. So she's not gonna do anything right now. That's fine.
No. She beat me up this morning though.
Oh.
So it's okay. Another thing is first date, stay away from the parents. Stay away from the parents.
Oh yeah, no, that's a first.
You know, Megan's done it with the past few people in her life, and it's just been major L's. So
L's.
gotta stay away from the parents on the first date. That's never fun.
Yeah.
Which is not us.
Megan's
so like we can't.
Major L, Megan.
Yeah, indeed.
Garbage.
Got anything else for me?
You know what? That was fantastic. Steven, question. What is the most romantic date that you've been on, that you've taken your amazing girlfriend on?
Wow. That's tough.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we did it pretty early on. But I'd say the most romantic was probably like when we went to so like in the summer, you know how like Mount Brighton's always closed. So like we basically broke into Mount Brighton.
Oh yeah, this is great. Go.
Yeah, so we basically broke into Mount Brighton and like sat on the top of the hill and just like chilled out, watched Netflix, brought some snacks, took some sunset pictures, and like that was pretty much it. Like we kind of brought it up. Me and her actually got dinner a few minutes ago and a few hours ago, and we brought it up like wanting to do it again, but because I looked, awkward. But yeah, that was definitely cool. We also went to Holland.
I'm sorry.
For like the tulips and stuff.
Oh yeah, no, I was like. Okay, continue.
Yeah, so like we went to Holland for like a tulip festival. That was pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty much it, I'd say.
It's fantastic. I do love that idea. That is a very romantic setting, and
yeah, it's cool.
That's insane to listen to all that, because it just feels like just yesterday you were that small little kid, and now I feel old. Oh my gosh, I'm so old.
I know.
Oh gosh.
I mean, just look at Megan. I mean, she's
30.
She's old too.
She's 30 now. It's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Gosh.
It's insane how old she is. See the gray hairs coming in already.
Did you see the nose hairs yet?
What?
Did you see the nose hairs?
No, gray hairs.
Yeah.
Gray hairs.
Did you see the nose hairs?
No, I don't think she has any yet.
There's gray hairs in there. I know there is.
It's all the anger.
Exactly. Well, I don't really have any more questions unless Megan has questions.
Megan, do you have questions?
I have questions, no.
No questions. She just popped something on me. A pimple on my thigh. That's weird, Megan. Come on, man. Can't do that.
What is happening?
I don't know. How have you been, McCay? I haven't seen you in a while.
How have I been? Oh, I've been fantastic. slowly but surely hating life every single day.
That's ain't that a quote? There we go. That's one for the books.
Yeah, thank you.
That
thank
is
you.
one for the books.
Yeah. That's what I'm all about. You know what I'm saying? Always say it with a smiling face.
Yeah, just
and it doesn't sound as bad.
It's not living life to the fullest. It's hating life to the fullest. You know.
How can I?
Or maybe
make it to
not
the next
even
day
maybe not
barely?
even to the fullest, but like to the half, to like half.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Exactly. And I'm actually happy that you're now a part of this fantastic team of, oh my gosh, I'm still here.
That's awesome.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, but for real though, it's been pretty good. Just living one day at a time, still in the workforce and everything, and just living the best life.
Good. Glad to hear that. I haven't seen you in a while.
I know. But look behind you.
Oh God. If you were there.
I know. Wouldn't that be crazy?
Oh, that would be like a magic trick or something.
That would have been insane.
Like get this guy's own Marvel movie or something if you were there.
Yeah. Oh jeez.
You want me to hand it over back to Megan?
Yes. It was fantastic chatting with you though.
Yes, I like chatting with you too.
Yeah, miss you, buddy.
All right, here you go.
That was dating advice with the DeLucas. Thank you everyone for listening.
That was great. That was fantastic. All right. Well, thank y'all for listening to this episode of Nerds with Nines, where we talk about anything and everything from anime to Zenith firearms. Do you get it? A to Z. I had to cut this episode a little short because we actually talked for about 3.5 hours. But if you guys would like to hear some bits and pieces from, the rest of it, the rest of the hour, rest of the 2 hours, then, let me know. I will happily drop the part 2 of this, either on YouTube or everywhere you can hear this podcast. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening, and have a great day. Yeah. Bye-bye.